Welcome to Truths, Proofs, and Firewater Reviews. I'm your host, Lindsay, and this is John, risking his liver to discover new whiskeys. We base our reviews on a 25-point scale, 5 for the smell, 10 for the taste, 5 for the finish, and a combined 5 for the bottle and look of the juice. Fancy meeting you here.
Got a new microphone. We got a cork pop out of that?
A little bit.
Never had a cork pop on this one.
Ooh.
I'll pull out my dusty for this video.
Oh, golly.
Yellow Rose, a little love story we're going to talk about.
Here we go.
Plots and Drams. I'll have a dram, you tell me the plot. What are we talking about today?
What if someone came to you and said that they would invest in your company for one night alone with me? This company you've been working on for forever and trying so hard to start but can never get the funds.
Yeah.
What if?
I don't know what I would do in that situation, but this show was crazy.
Intense.
Very intense.
Netflix, What If, and Renee Zellweger is the main character, Anne Montgomery. She is a multi-billion dollar investor. She invests in all kinds of different companies, and she's a big wig and running the streets, and I think they're in LA, I want to say. Maybe.
I thought it was New York. I don't know.
Some big city.
It might, yeah, it was LA because it was opposite of Atlanta that the one couple wanted to go to.
Yeah. So, and then there's Jane Levy and Blake Jenner. Those are the three main characters. Blake and Jane play Lisa and Sean Donovan. They're a married couple. Lisa has started this company that she's been working on for a really long time called Imogen. It's gene sequencing. Her adopted sister, a family adopted her, and her adopted sister died of cancer, but could have been cured if only she had this sequencing. So she made it her life's work to make this sequencing and get it funded and share it with the world. So the whole first few things are just of her going through and trying to get funded. So yeah, Sean is very loving and supportive, and I mean they're the picture perfect couple.
Picture perfect in the eyes
of everyone around them.
There's a dark, shitty past. We won't go into those details. Try not to do any spoilers. In walks Anne Montgomery, giving them an offer that they thought they couldn't refuse, and it kind of just strung together a bunch of events. And it wasn't really, couldn't guess what was going to happen yet. It was not predictable.
You cannot predict anything that happens in this because right when you think you start to figure something out, they cue a complete bombshell of something.
Yeah.
It's insane. All of the acting is phenomenal. Sean's best friend, Todd, and Angela. And every story has its own little plot.
There's probably 4 or 5 different stories that go on.
So Sean has his past and they have their future, and her brother has his past, and Todd and Angela have history, and it's just a big swirl.
Twist after twist.
But it's very easy to follow. Yeah. So, I mean, it pulls you in and it intrigues you, and it's just phenomenal. Netflix says, putting their trust on the line, a couple considers a proposal from a notorious investor. A night with Sean in exchange for funding Lisa's startup. So
that's the description for the pilot episode. This show gets decent reviews. I think it was like a 6.5 on IMDb.
Yeah.
That's a very deceiving. It doesn't get a ton of ratings. It had like 20,000. I think it's very underrated. Maybe some people found it predictable. Maybe some people found it boring after one episode. But after that, it was not boring whatsoever.
There's some parts that I could see myself. I'm I'm pretty good at figuring out the plots ahead of time. I'll say something and John will be like, no, no, no. And then he'll be like, how'd you know that? I'm like, it's not, and it's not that the show or the movie is predictable. It's just that I can figure that stuff out, and I can't, like, the minute that I think I'm onto something, it just goes a completely different way, and you're like, whoa, okay, well, there's that.
I think that really, the way it was written really made it unpredictable.
Yeah.
There's things that you like, I guess I should have predicted that, but the way everything was written in, it was tough.
And you don't consider it. It's interesting.
Maybe, the first episode was a little slow. I was addicted after the third for sure. Intrigued by the first and second, but
yeah, it kind of starts
addicted.
A little bit slow, but it's not something like for us like Ozark, where we watched the first episode or two and we were like, like we got halfway through. It was just, it wasn't like that. It was just, you want to watch it and see what happens because Sean and Lisa are so fun to get, you know, you can see yourself, they're relatable. And then it just starts dropping bombs everywhere. So it's pretty interesting.
All right, you want to go into our rating scale?
So rating, just to refresh, for Plots and Drams is title 2.5, characters 5, plot 10, writing 2.5, and if it's engaging, 5. So John and I both individually score them, and then we times our number by 2. So I'm adding them up on my calculator as we go. And then we times it by 2 and give you out of 100 what we think.
Yeah.
So, title. I think I'm giving the title full points because it is very much so, what if?
It's a good title. It's what/if. It's eye-popping. It's catching. I was just looking through shows. I wanted something one season to watch because I was getting bored of Ozark for a minute. It's very catching, eye-popping. I give it a 2.25, though. I don't think it's perfect.
Okay. Characters. I, honest to gosh, don't think they could have gotten a better group of characters to go with this plot. The show is very well thought out. Renee plays her part astonishingly. She is very in-depth and very committed to her role. The rest of them just all kind of fall into line of late 20s, early 30s somethings, just trying to get through, you know. So I'm going to give them a 4.5. There's a couple characters I'm not 100% sold on, but I think that they all did pretty darn well.
I'm sold on almost everybody except for Renee Zellweger.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there could have been someone a little bit better. She did do really good, but I thought Demi Moore, someone like that, maybe.
You just only wanted Demi Moore because you had a crush on her when you were little.
Yeah, but Renee Zellweger, that part didn't really seem to fit her for me.
She's everything before this was very romancy and gushy and lovey and I mean, the poor girl, she was always the poor me, and you felt bad for her. And then this one, she's like dominant.
This one, she's rich, eccentric, dominant.
Yeah.
I did think they could have done a little bit better with her character.
So out of 5?
I'd still give it a 4.5.
Okay.
I really like Donovan a lot. Lisa, I thought could have been a little bit better.
Yeah. But I think
all
she
pretty
owns
good.
her.
Yeah.
She owns it.
Throughout the series, she did get stronger and stronger, so.
Plot, I'm going to give a 9. There's not a whole lot I would change. There's a few things I think they could do a little bit better. But for the most part, I'm 100% satisfied with this. So I'm going to give it a 9 just because there's always a few things you want to switch around. But
I thought the plot was really good. I thought it was book-worthy.
Yeah, I definitely think it would make a good book series.
I can't really think of any holes that I wanted filled right now. Maybe the ending. There's not going to really be a second season of this cast. It's supposed to be an anthology. So it's going to be like a different show, but the same name. Kind of like Black Mirror every episode.
Well, but I think that they're probably going to hold on to Renee with how they left this one. I think they might hold on to her, but
maybe her. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We don't have any details of a season 2 yet.
If there's even one.
I'm going to give it 9.5.
Okay.
There's some things I could think it would be a little bit better, but not really much.
Okay. So, writing.
I thought the writing was stellar.
I do too. Like you said, I definitely agree. It could be a great book series. It could be a great book just in general on this one.
I think the writing really made the show.
Yeah. I'm going to give it, yeah, me too. Okay, and then engaging. So again, that first half of an episode, second episode-ish, really kind of, I think, there's 10 episodes. Everything after the third episode is phenomenal. It's engaging, it's intriguing. You're not going to want to stop watching Netflix. It's just not going to, you're not going to.
Okay, but did you want to continue watching it from the first episode on? Were you intrigued?
No. So I'm going to give it
not.
a 3.75. I wanted to watch it. The first episode we watched, I wanted to watch it because I felt for Lisa. My mom owns her own business, and it's been a struggle for her for a while. I've seen my mom go through the ups and downs and the help she's gotten and the wonderful people around her that have supported her and helped her. And so that kind of touched my little heartstrings a little bit. So I fell in love with Lisa and Sean, and you know, they are the great American couple and they're perfect, but you always know that there's a facade going on at some point. So I was engaged by that, and I was engaged kind of opposite of you. I was engaged by Renee because everything I see Renee in, she's always the, you know, caught in the rain, poor me, and lovesick puppy. And this was something completely on left field for her. So I thought she owned it. I'm not a huge fan of her. I don't love her. I don't hate her, but I think she really owned this character and I enjoyed her in it. But
so for me, engaging, the first half an episode, it was like a good love story. And then the second half of that episode, I felt like it all just started getting very, very enticing, very, very intriguing. I'm giving it full points because I was addicted from the second half of the first episode on. And you messed up the scoring.
well, it was 41, so
Plus mine.
So 46 times 92.
92. That's our highest rated episode, even though we've done like 2 or 3 so far.
Yeah, we've only done what? Outer Banks and Ozark.
Ozark season 1. We
Yeah.
got to season 2, so
I know.
we did that already.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man. Okay. Well, I think it deserves 92. I know, like you said, a lot of people are kind of critiquing it a little harsh, but
it didn't also get the audience that they wanted, I don't think. Most Netflix shows get a ton of ratings right away, and this is like a half a year old already, and it's only has like 20,000 ratings.
Came out in
It's not like Outer Banks that blew up right away.
Yeah. That's crazy too. Oh man. I missed
That one
show. I
did
gotta
blow up
watch
right away.
that. Yeah.
I watched it twice.
Everybody's got the shirts and the, you know, like the Team JJ and Team John B and oh man. Anyways.
I hope this show continues. Even that great.
Even like I would love to see what happens with the cast and how they progress and everything, because you fall in love with the cast and you know you're living their life with them through this TV show.
I hope they would change their mind on being in a different cast or something, but their reception of it just wasn't as good as I think they need it for that. So maybe they'll do another great season like that.
I think with how they do it though too, I think it needs to be a new person every time. Like I said, maybe Renee being a steady medium through the whole thing, but the way that the show is, no, I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. If you have a chance, sit down, watch it, binge it, whatever it is you want to do. If you've seen it already, let me know what you think. Thoughts, comments, let us know. But 92 out of 100, I think, is fair.
Very fair. There you have it.
That's my life.
Oh.
There you have it. So that wraps up this review. Leave a comment if you have tried this whiskey and let us know what you thought. Please like and share us to social media, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to leave a suggestion for our next review. Thanks for watching.